Marsh.
I'm Kim Webby.
Hey, welcome to Newsnight. Coming up, the foul-mouthed funny femmes of Aussie comedy, short and curly.
Even better than the real thing? We test the best of the wannabe chart toppers at the Olympics of lip-syncing.
Wow. And the rock and roll beast inside a group of Wellington accountants. We meet the number-crunching jaw load. First, though, our Kim and the news.
Police Operation Romper stomping out a kiddie drugs ring in Rotorua tonight. 2 police women dressed as schoolgirls to crack the cannabis ring. The young cops were able to buy drugs from children and their parents in suburban homes. And today squads raided 29 houses, 5 in one street, arresting 32 people. Lee Taylor reports.
Operation Rompers was hatched in the suburb of Fordlands, the houses which surround the shopping centre in a depressed area of the city. Police have described it as a breeding ground for criminality. 2 months ago, when faced with the problem of drugs being sold to school children, police decided to fight fire with fire. They sent in 2 young policewomen dressed in local school uniforms to test the availability of drugs and identify the suppliers. The 2 undercover policewomen simply walked up to houses in Fordlands, knocked on doors and either bought cannabis or cannabis resin. Police say there is a lesson for parents.
Cannabis is not the harmless drug that some campaigners make it out to be. And they also need to recognise that if their children are involved in cannabis and they're bringing it home or using it, they're having to rub shoulders with criminals to get hold of it.
Parents really need to take responsibility, and not only for their own actions, but for the generations of the future.
Police say the most disturbing aspect of Operation Romper was the willingness of drug dealers to sell to kids. And in fact, on one occasion, the dealer asked the undercover policewoman not to call again wearing her school uniform because he felt guilty selling drugs to schoolgirls.
To America now and a hell trip to school. A fatal error in judgment leads to a lifetime of regret for a school bus driver. Wrong turn, wrong time, and lots of little lives lost.
The bus was late, the driver was new, her decision was fatal. She drove across the tracks, but failed to get the whole bus across.
A good quarter end of the bus was on the tracks, and there was no place for the bus to go because there was a car in front of the bus, and then there was traffic behind him, so he couldn't back up either.
The bus was trapped. The level crossing gate came down on top of it. At first, the children laughed. Then those in the back saw the train speeding towards them and began screaming and running.
The bus driver sort of moved around a little bit, but basically I saw most of the children just like the look of fear in their face.
The train clipped the bus, spinning it round and catapulting children out of the windows. Horrified parents arrived to find dozens of children hurt. Within an hour, 5 children were confirmed dead, 6 critically injured. The top of the bus lay 10 yards away from its wheels. They'd been torn apart.
And tired of the horror and carnage on Kiwi roads, a task force wants to put the brakes on dangerous drinking drivers. They recommend jailing drunk drivers on the spot, but Civil Liberties says that's not on. Carolyn Weston has more.
Ruth Donnelly survived a drunk driving crash. Her friend did not.
Physically, the obvious scarring, but getting smashed up was the easy part. It's dealing with the emotional and mental anguish, which is the hard part.
Police say 40% of the people who die on our roads are killed by drunk drivers. A task force has spent 2 years looking at the problem. It recommends drivers with twice the legal blood alcohol limit automatically be locked up overnight.
It's a very strong deterrent, and that's really what we're about. Hopefully, with a deterrent such as that, we wouldn't have to lock too many up.
But Civil Liberties say the police can already lock up drunk drivers if they think they're a danger, and giving the police any more power would open it up to abuse.
I don't think anything will eradicate drunk drivers. I think what's really needed is an attitude change.
Suggestions from some government MPs to lower the legal drinking age to 18 has drawn a swift response from the Automobile Association. It says such a move could lead to even more deaths on the road.
And driving the forces of law and order mad is anti-royalist Sam Brackenhoff. Tonight, a court's ordered the hater of Highnesses to sign a good behaviour bond by tomorrow. If he doesn't, he could go to jail. Simon Mersep reports.
Today, Sam Brackenhoff was at home doing what he often does, passionately arguing his anti-royal views. He ignored a summons to go to court, where police were calling for a good behaviour bond, to restrict Mr. Brackenhoff to lawful protest during the royal tour. Police pointed to last year's spray can incident with Prince Charles to highlight their concern that Mr. Brackenhoff could be insulting or violent or provoke others to violence. Today, the court heard that Mr. Brackenhoff lost his job at Kinleith in 1987 after threatening a co-worker with a knife. In March this year, he spoke of royals as parasites who should be shot. And in July, he said he could get a gun in Auckland if he wanted one. Judge Heather Simpson agreed to the bond, saying she was satisfied Mr. Brackenhoff might break the law if given the opportunity. Mr. Brackenhoff's lawyer was disappointed. Mr. Brackenhoff has until 3 p.m. tomorrow to sign the bond. If he agrees to that, he must keep the peace or pay $9,000. He's already indicated, though, he'll ignore the bond, which means he faces a prison term of up to 2 months.
But it's been more than a few months imprisonment for this lot. Their terms lasted centuries. 3 frozen Inca mummies have been discovered on an icy peak in the Peruvian Andes. 2 of them are young women, apparently sacrificed to mountain gods 500 years ago. The young man was executed with them, possibly to look after them in the afterlife. I don't think they'd need him. That's the news, Marcus.
Jessica, my seat's a bit low, sorry.
Come back, come back, come up in the world.
I was right down there. Hey, still to come, accountants by day and hard-rocking beasts by night. We meet Wellington's dual load, and the Aucklanders with the stars in their eyes front up to become the wannabe #1. Hey, welcome back here with Newsnight. Later on tonight, I'll be caught by the short and curly of the Aussie comedy scene, 2 very funny women who specialise in ladies' humour. But right now, here's Kim.
Thanks, Marcus. It's a little-known fact, but 60s icon Janis Joplin shared the bill with Grace Jones, Madonna and Tina Turner in Auckland last week. A privileged few got to witness the event, but we're bringing it to you in all its fake splendour tonight. Welcome to the world of wannabes. This is Lip Sync 95, held at Sambuca's nightclub. Front of house and the crowd's all set. Backstage and the performers are vying for lookalike credibility.
I think you should smell my knickers, yeah.
Right, I'm Kiki D and this is Elton John.
I'm Janis Joplin and I'm going to be doing Piece of My Heart.
Who's this man? What's your name? Hi.
One thing we both know.
tonight, Tina Turner.
Here they come. Congratulations, you are our winners of Limp Sick 95 at Sam Booker's nightclub. Congratulations. They received $750.
First of all, it was a shock. My first feeling was I don't think I was going to come anywhere. But my second thought was we're going to come through it. There's no way we're going to beat anyone. And then next thing you know, we're here, and it's awesome. I'm just still dying to scream.
It was amazing.
Looks like a brilliant night. Some of them were quite good singers too, not too shabby at all. Janis Joplin, she's fantastic. She's a star, as born as she, with the vodka.
And Tina and I.
I think that might be one of the funniest things I've seen on Newsnight. That was
good, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was great.
And collapsing in a drunken stupor at the end.
That's it. I just thought that'd be a garbage night, but that looked quite fun, didn't it?
Yeah. We should go and...
What would we do, though?
I don't know. We'll work on it. We'll think of something.
They might have to fax us for that one. I'm not quite sure what we'll do. But we'll do something together anyway.
We will.
And we'll win. That's yours.
Good. There,
What a
well,
team.
half of them anyway. Accountants by day, but at night they let their hard rock inner beasts loose and become jaw-load. They're a Wellington band getting a lot of attention, and now they're touring the country as support for Head Like a Hole. Lotta McVeigh met the band with a curious name.
Jawload are the capital's newest hard rockers.
I ain't no mean man, I ain't no bad man. I got no hate mail, I got no black tail.
Half of the band are accountants by day, musos by night. They've been playing around the capital and have now been lucky enough to score the support role for Head Like a Hole's national tour.
There must be heaps of bands out there that would love to be touring with these guys. I mean, why do you think it is that you guys have managed to pull it off?
Sexual focus. On the whole.
Yeah, well, music's quite compatible. I think it's like their kind of music. I don't know what their new material is going to be like, but obviously it's going to be very good. And our sort of sound is very, I don't know, it's very tribal. It's very kind of open hi-hats meets sort of very messy guitars.
Their sound, they say, is fairly unique.
I haven't heard a lot of Kiwi bands probably doing what we're doing. It's kind of like we can get away with a lot.
Typically very American, the sound, as compared to the jingle jangle Dunedin or whatever, or the sort of grunge puppy stuff that you hear from Wellington. And we sort of fuse the various influences together to make this kind of very contemporary American sound.
It's simple, very simple music, and it's very honest music as well. It's played with a lot of passion.
And as far as where the band's name comes from...
Jawload basically means a mouthful of something that we do under the cover of night in bed.
Dumb. Jawload means mouthful. Mouthful of.
I can't say it.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, yeah. Goodness. Well, as you do. Hey, yeah, coming up after the break, Newsnight's dark side is revealed, and we find out why these Aussie comedians are treating me like a surfboard.
Hey, hello, I'm the Coccyx. Look,
that's
great. I'm surfing on Midas. This is great television, isn't it?
First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton is 48 today. In 1896, Ethiopia became independent under the Treaty of Addis Ababa. And ex-Charlie's Angel, Jacqueline Smith, is also 48 today.
Whew. Home and hose duel with Newsnight. Now, here in the world of smoke and mirrors that is TV, we got all manner of touring song and dance troops wanting to score some free TV time to help their sad little shows garner a couple of extra bums on seats. Well, sometimes we say, sorry, the crew's busy covering a guinea pig shaving contest in Abbotsford, and sometimes we say, hey, OK, why not? Currently touring the country with their stand-up show, Short and Curly, are Australian comedians, I'm not quite sure the right way of saying that, comedians, Sandy Ireland and Annette Macquarie. Two women well-versed in adult language and strange massage techniques. And just a warning to viewers, this story was done before my fight with the lawnmower. Although that's not what I'm supposed to say, is it? I'm thrusting, aren't I?
You are. It's just the effect we have on people, you know.
Short and curly.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Well, I'm short. She's got curly hair, and then that's about it, really.
That's like pubic hair, sometimes called the short and
Well,
curly.
that's right. But we actually didn't think of that at the time. It wasn't until someone said, "Oh, you're getting by the short and curlies." We went, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah."
Tell us some jokes. No, you can't say that because you say a comedy and tell us the jokes. They say that's going to an accountant and saying add up some figures.
That's exactly right.
I read that because you guys enjoy telling jokes. So why can't I ask you to tell a joke?
Well, but they're not really jokes.
Oh, yeah, I know you're not telling jokes. You just
because I don't think comedians really tell jokes all that much. There are comedians who do, but
the funny ones. They're the funny ones.
Yeah, they're the funny ones. They're the really famous
ones that make
us. Now I was browsing through the feminine hygiene section in Kmart just the other day when it suddenly struck me as odd that they've never actually called men's toiletries men's hygiene. I think that's because men don't have any hygiene. But it's true, isn't it? Most men I know can burp and fart and look really pleased with themselves all at the same time. They must be the biggest campaigners for natural gas I know. Perhaps we could bottle it and sell it to the French.
So what's the easiest way to get a laugh?
Tell that corker of a joke, I guess. Actually, I did a show about a month ago where there was this guy in the audience and he was sitting right at the back and he was heckling me. And I said, oh, okay, so what's your name? He went, Bruce. I said, where are you from, Bruce? He went, New Zealand. And everybody cracked up. Anyway, we had this little thing about sheep. I did not start this. He was the one who brought sheep up. And I said something about sheep.
What was that noise he was making, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, he kept barring or something. He was really drunk. Anyway, so when the second act started, I went backstage and we have a blow-up sheep, one of those sex toys there. So we blew it up, kept going down because there were holes in it. But I blew it up.
Sex toy, a blow-up sheep.
It's got a, yeah. And when we started the second act, I just walked out with the sheep under my arm and went up to the microphone and went, Bruce, I think this one's got your name on it. And everyone just killed themselves. And, I didn't hear another word from him in the second act.
Well, he was too busy with the sheep, wasn't he? Hi, my name's Sandy Island. I do like to say right up the front that is my real name. Most people go, yeah, as if it is, as if parents with a surname of Island are going to call their firstborn child Sandy, unless it's some kind of late 50s passive child abuse problem with a lifetime guarantee. But it isn't that. It's actually my married name, and I tend to think of that as a mid-80s active self-abuse scenario, but more of him later. I actually don't like to bag my ex. I just call him that because that's how he signs his name.
Is it quite a good way to meet guys?
Not me.
Oh,
yeah, but you would. Going, oh.
Hello, the three guys we saw on the plane yesterday.
No, or I've been asked out for a dare.
Oh, yeah. That's good for your self-esteem.
Yeah, me and my friends. Do you want to go out with me?
How are your shoes, mate?
They're good, yeah.
That's enough about us. What about you, Marcus?
I feel quite good about my shoes, actually. Lower back.
Well, if you lie down on the floor, we'll walk on it.
Yeah, we would.
Would you?
I'd love to do that.
Go for it. Yeah, come on. Turn my shoes off. Come on. Let's do it. Where should I? Oh, are you going to put things there?
I can't stand it.
Like a shoe. Oh, that's great. I'm surfing. I love this.
This is great television, isn't it? This is
You'll probably get off now. Not as much fun as the dog control woman that put me on a leash and made me bark. But Short and Curly are playing at Auckland's Watershed till Sunday. They're in Wellington. And if you see them about, don't offer them a drink. Apparently they are two-pot screamers. Now tonight's information offering. Hey, PJ Harvey is just one of a swag of super hip international alternative rock gods on their way here for the big day out in January. The lineup, which was announced today, includes Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, to no word about Kylie, Rage Against the Machine, Porno for Pyros and Elastica. Still no word on James Last or the Wheel Tabbers and Shunters Club, but we have our fingers crossed. And this is important. Christchurch magazine In Tune sent us a real poser this week with the question, Is there more than plant life in the Garden City? Well, just to make sure we knew the answer, they sent us the living well recorded proof. They'd held a show recently featuring local fashion designers like Sarah Chisnell, ZFA and Jazzy Zones, DJs and local bands like the Radiation Free Dolphins, yes, and the least we can do is show you some of it. And huge thanks to Chris Church for organising all that. Funny name coming from Christchurch and all, like he's from Christchurch and his name is Chris Church. There'd be no other city you could do that with, is there? Like Invercargill? Can you think of another one?
Hamilton? No.
Where's Port?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Where's Port?
Yeah, where's Port?
Greymouth.
You play this at home? Greymouth. No, that's about it. But that's Chris Church from Christchurch. And for those of you into reciting the Lord's Prayer backwards, a spooky revelation from today's TV listing. Once again, the G-code number for Newsnight was 666. Do not avert your eyes, I may change form. But right now, behold Kim, the handmaiden of evil, with tomorrow's weather.
I am not.
Like, well, just read the words. I get paid a tidy sum to do it.
I'll get Mum to tell you, she knows. Well, the weather's anything but evil tomorrow. In fact, it's downright sun-drenched. Almost top to bottom. Few non-conformists like Marcus, clouds hang off the tip of the north, but blue skies everywhere else. Top temperature hits 20 again, while New Plymouth and Rotorua take 17. More sun-drenched skies in the south, but a few black clouds hover around the end. High there of 18, while Oamaru and Invercargill reach 15.
No show tomorrow because Kim's getting her belly button pierced and Mum still had to stay home and clean up the shed.
But next week we'll have coverage of the DuPont Lycra Fashion Awards and also take a look at the latest in face renovating with laser surgery.
I like to think it's the skin as it was 10 years earlier. So therefore, 10 years earlier, the wrinkles weren't there.
Looks very serious for Newsnight, doesn't it?
It looks painful too, although they say it isn't.
What a funny week though with that ear on that side of that mouse. I still can't get over that.
Yeah, what next?
That was freaky, eh?
It was, wasn't it?
I dreamed about that. Anyway, that's it from us, from Kim and I. Good night. Do you think stereotypes are funny?
Some stereotypes are funny. What's a funny stereotype?
For sure, you're like a guy. Sorry, touched your front, didn't I? Yeah.
They're not, they're mine. All mine.
Sorry, we'll touch yours in a minute.
Looked a bit sharp.
He's actually blushed. Oh, fantastic. He's blushing. This is great.
New Zealand leading the mid-evening news, the search for a heavily armed gunman.
A helicopter is hijacked by a man who then goes to ground in a national park.
Filmmaker hijinks, we unravel the mystery of the pioneer who never was.
And a hazard of apartment living, a special report on potential fire risks. Welcome back to Mid-Evening News. Not since Orson Welles did it with the War of the Worlds back in the 30s have so many been fooled by so few for so long. Hewitt Barnsley revisits last night's TV drama Forgotten Silver and the amazing revelations that almost fooled a nation.
Colin Mackenzie had humble beginnings.
The story of pioneer filmmaker Colin Mackenzie and his brother Brooke should have started with Once Upon a Time. The creators of that fairy story, filmmakers Costa Botes and Peter Jackson.
Well, maybe we were a little naughty.
A bicycle-powered camera, thousands of viewers not realising it was a hoax.
No, I didn't.
No, it seemed straightforward, I thought.
My father was doing the owning. He pointed out, nah, this can't be true.
Well, I mean, it's nothing to do with